Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now we have Teslin Figaro here. Hey, Tez.
Good morning, DJ NV, Charlamagne the God.
The Hood Whisperer, Teslin Figaro. What's happening?
What's going on, Tez? Let's get right into it. Let's talk about this baseball bat attack. What happened? What the hell is going on?
Yeah, two staffers for Representative Jerry Connolly were hospitalized Monday after a man entered the congressman's district office in Fairfax, Virginia, and assaulted them with a metal bat. Now, the assailant asked for Representative Connolly and then struck a senior aide in the head and an intern in the side with the metal bat. Unfortunately, that was her first day at work, the intern. Both of the staffers were taken to the hospital. Yeah, that's a bad way to start your job. But both of the staffers were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The alleged attacker, identified by authorities as Swan Tran Pham, 49 of Fairfax, is in custody and faces one count of aggravated malicious wounding and one count of malicious wounding. Capitol Police said that the suspect's motive is unclear at the time, but his family did report that he was schizophrenic and he hadn't taken his medication in several months. And I actually saw another report where earlier that day he was chasing someone with a bat as well.
Yard. So I saw that video last night on MSNBC, CNN, something I was watching last night. I don't remember.
I'm surprised it's not attempted murder or attempted manslaughter, if that's one of the charges. Because, I mean, you hit somebody with a metal bat.
I'm surprised he didn't get shot, okay?
Especially in Virginia, because Virginia, you can carry, so that's very surprising.
And you don't know that a person is schizophrenic when they run down on you with a baseball bat, so you're not going to be approaching it from, okay, this is a person dealing with mental health issues. You're going to approach it from, this is a person threatening my life, so I'm going to do what I got to do to protect myself.
Mm-hmm. But nobody in the office was armed, and that's one of the things that they're bringing up as well, where they're saying, hey, these district offices, we need more support. With actually having security guards, which they did increase after, you remember when Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked at home. Mm-hmm. Congress did give more money to people in Congress to be able to have more security, and so that's what they're talking about now. We're trying to implement some more guards on site.
I bet you'll be pro-gun then. And by the way, they lucky that was just a baseball bat, because if you can get through there with a baseball bat, you can damn sure get through there with a pistol.
Yeah, metal bat at that, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming there's no metal detectors, anything like that, to get into those buildings, huh?
Right. And most of your district offices are in malls, office buildings, little places that you can just kind of get for cheap. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the district office. So we're not talking about, a lot of times they're not security. They're just, small little offices that you can just walk directly into. And so that's what they're talking about now with saying, how do they change some of that? Because they're just, obviously too vulnerable to the public.
It's amazing to me that in this era with this rise of political violence that they have not stepped up security. What they relying on, thoughts and prayers to protect themselves? Mm-hmm. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is your front page news. And all my NBA fans, the Lakers and Nuggets will tip off tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. You could watch that game on ESPN. All right. Now get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Teslin Figaro is here. Good morning, Tez.
Good morning.
We just want to start off with some quick sports. The Lakers and Nuggets will tip off tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. You can watch it on ESPN. Who you got?
Tonight, Nuggets.
I got the Lakers. I
don't think nobody can hold Jokic on the Lakers. I think he's going to embarrass Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis is the X factor. What? Have you ever seen Jokic?
I did see Jokic.
Jokic is a problem.
Absolutely. But I think the Lakers got it tonight. All right. Now, Tez, let's start off with Florida governor. What's going on?
Yes, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law Monday banning the state's public colleges and universities from spending money on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. And DeSantis said during a news conference that if you look at the way this has actually been implemented across the country, DEI is better viewed as standing for discrimination, exclusion, and indoctrination, and that it has no place in public institutions. Many institutions across the U.S. have used DEI offices aimed at diversifying staff and to promote inclusion for faculty and staffs. But in Florida, that will end, unfortunately, on July 1st.
It's obvious that Ron DeSantis is a white supremacist, right?
It's just pretty obvious at
Seems
this
like
point.
that.
And it's amazing to me that a person like that would be running for president. And when I think about it, it's like, damn, he's not even interested in bringing the country together, clearly,
No,
right?
Not at all.
Right, he's very clear in his position, and it was interesting because some folks did, they protested and they mocked that as well. They said it was a kindergarten level protest, so not enough folks, I guess, are speaking loud about this on how this is an issue, which I don't think he would give a damn anyway. He's already, made his decision and he's doubled down on it. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he proceeds with announcing his candidacy for presidency in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't think many people care yet because it's something that's just contained to Florida. But what happens when this person decides to announce that they're running for president of the United States of America? Like, we know what this man is about, and what this man is about is clearly erasing blackness.
Right. And as another point, HBCUs are really concerned about this as well. My daughter, she plans to go to FAMU, as I told you guys before. And so when you look at this and look at the fraternities and sororities that now will have to kind of go through some loopholes in order to partner, if you will, it's not going to stop. It's not going to ban the fraternities and sororities, but it will prevent some levels of partnership with the organization. So this is a huge thing. And it seems like they would, you will hear a little bit more about it. So I'm going to see how that kind of falls next month when they put this into play. Well, in July, rather, when this goes into effect.
All right. Now let's talk about this sending more migrants to the vice president's house.
Yes, in petty news, Texas Governor Greg Abbott sent more migrants to Vice President Harris's Washington residence on Mother's Day, just days after the end of Title 42, the pandemic-era rule that allowed officials to quickly expel asylum seekers at the border. Governor Abbott tweeted that Texas has bused more than 17,000 migrants to sanctuary cities. More than 9,200 went to Washington. He also notified mayors of numerous cities earlier this month that he would be sending migrants to their cities, including New York City, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and New York. And New York Mayor Eric Adams blasted his move, saying that he was targeting cities with Black mayors. Lori Lightfoot, who was the Chicago mayor at the time, also took aim at Abbott, urging him not to send more migrants to Chicago. She reiterated that Chicago has no more shelter spaces or resources to address another flood of migrants in the city.
Now, is he targeting cities with Black mayors, or he's just simply sending the migrants to sanctuary cities? Because if that's the case, then we can say, hey, why did they make most of the sanctuary cities that have Black mayors?
Well, most of the sanctuary cities are Democrat-ran cities. Yep. And when we look at the four largest cities, they're all ran, by Black mayors. So the four largest cities, New York City has a Black mayor, Chicago has a Black mayor, Houston is number 3, LA is number 3 with a Black mayor, and Houston number 4 with a Black mayor. So the top 4 cities are Black mayors. So when you look at, how he's targeting that, maybe two things can be true at the same time. I don't know. And
I saw people in New York are upset too because, they say Eric Adams is putting the migrants in school gymnasiums. So parents and community leaders are angered that, their school gymnasiums are being used to house migrants.
Yeah, and they closed. That's because they closed 7 gyms, so the kids can't actually play. There's no gym. There's no recess, and they might have a problem for summer school where a lot of the time these kids are able to go to these camps and use these facilities. Won't be able to use these facilities in the summer or for recess or gym.
I tell you one thing. Y'all can say what y'all want. Republicans, when it came to marketing the problem that is happening at the border and the problem with these cities being overrun by migrants, they have highlighted that problem so well by doing things like dropping the migrants off in front of Vice President Kamala Harris's house and dropping them off in sanctuary cities. Like, they really put a light on this issue. Now, is it going to be solved? Is there going to actually be some problem solving in regards to the border now, Tess?
Yeah, hopefully so. Again, they said that the numbers, and I'm looking at it now, have reduced with those who have come over. So they seem that apparently have that under control. But to your point, there has also been some homeless vets who have been booted out as well at hotels. And so that's a big story that's developing, and I saw, come out on yesterday as well in New York. So when you start talking about putting veterans out, of housing and like you mentioned, schools and all that type of stuff, what are they going to do with immigration reform? And it's just something that Democrats and Republicans just cannot seem to agree on how to do it moving forward.
And those are the things that make people hate America. Imagine being a veteran, right, for this country. You went to war for this country and you getting booted out for somebody that's not even from this country. You're already homeless. You know what I mean? You're already, not being taken care of by the country that you went to fight for, and now you're getting kicked out of some room and board for somebody who's not even from here?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That wouldn't piss you off?
Absolutely. All right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Teslin Figaro.
Absolutely.
And make sure you check out the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast hosted by Teslin Figaro, available on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network.
All right. Now, when we come back, let's discuss Gabrielle Union. She was doing an interview, and she was talking about her relationship and how they handle finances. She said 50-50. So we're asking 800-585-1051. Do you agree? Are you 50-50 in your relationship? Do you split the bills down the middle, the mortgage down the middle, car notes, whatever it may be?
See, this is interesting, right? Because this issue isn't really about, whether or not people split 50-50. I'm sure a majority of people do. What makes this a story is the fact that Dwayne Wade is a multi-millionaire. And
but do most people split 50-50?
I would think so.
I don't know.
I would think so.
I usually follow my mom and my dad, and I tell everybody, of course, my dad is a retired police officer. My mom worked at insurance company. There was no 50-50. They put it all into the pot, and then the pot paid the bills. So whatever it was, my mom paid the bills. My mom
But it was your mom's money and your dad's money, right?
Money, but it wasn't 50-50. It wasn't like they split it half. You pay half, I pay half, and same thing with me and my wife.
I guess that means they both contributed, so people would look at that as 50-50.
But it's different than both contributed than 50-50. If I make $100,000 and my wife makes $20,000, it all goes to the pot. There is no 50-50. We just pay the bills, whatever it may be.
I guess in Gabrielle Dwayne Wade situation, they're shocked that she has to pay anything because he's a multimillionaire.
Correct.
That's what I think people are shocked. That's why this is a story.
And that's what, let's talk about it. 800-585-1051. Because like I said, in my household, it is one pot. You know what I mean? All the money goes to the pot.
Yeah.
Whether I make the money or my wife makes the money from being an author and all the things that she does, and me from radio, and then she just pays the bills. There is no... Your account, my account.
I'm the same way. It's our money.
It's our money.
Regardless of any money that comes in the house, regardless of who made it, it's our money.
That's how I look at it. Some people don't look at it like that.
I definitely look at it like that.
Let's discuss. 800-585-1051 is The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.